Hey everyone, Rhodes Perry from Rhodes Perry Consulting here. I'm dropping in with a friendly trans PSA for today. Trans women are women, trans girls are girls. Trans men are men, trans boys are boys. Non-binary people are who they say they are, and two-spirit people have existed since time immemorial. Waging a scapegoating hate campaign against trans people will not liberate you from the troubles you're experiencing. Remaining silent if you oppose this level of hatred and violence, it only enables this hate machine to grow and grow and grow. Right now, we trans people need cisgender allies, accomplices, and co-conspirators more than ever before. We need you to find the courage to break the silence after you bear witness to harm. So what does transphobic harm look like, particularly in the workplace? Well, here are a couple of examples, and I know my trans family and friends will add more to this list. But here's a starting place. Number one, acting as an expert on someone else's gender identity. I'm looking specifically today at the United Kingdom Supreme Court and any elected leader who legislates on trans people, yet doesn't have a single trans friend or loved family member, or has even bothered to take a Gender Studies 101 course. Stop it. You're not an expert. Number two, failing to recognize any cultural, religious, and spiritual perspectives on gender that don't align with the colonial constructed male-female binary. This has been around for 500 years. That might seem like a really long time. And in the course of human history, it's a blip in time. We have seen in the past many different genders across many different cultural traditions all around the globe. They still exist today, and no matter the laws or policies, they will exist as we move into our future. Asking personal questions that you would never ask a cisgender person is also transphobic harm. Things like, what's in your pants? How do you have sex? What's your real name? These are questions I hear in the workplace. I've heard in the past, and sadly, they're still happening now. They need to be disrupted. And then there's also the assumption that we trans people are open to answering such ridiculous and invasive questions. We're not. Stop it. We want to show up and do our best work, and we want support. Fetishizing trans people, for example, watching adult entertainment featuring trans people in private while denying our rights in public. And the last transphobic harm is making comments like, you don't look like a real man or woman, or, wow, I would have never known you weren't a real man or a real woman. So what do you do when you bear witness to this kind of transphobic harm, especially now? We've got options. Number one, I encourage you to first pause and find your center, find your ground. And if you're wondering how to do that, check out my YouTube channel. There's a link below on a really simple practice that can help you with that. Number two, determine if you are physically and psychologically safe from harm. If you are, move forward and proceed. And remember this important point. Your discomfort is not a sign that you are unsafe. Disrupting harm requires courage, and chances are you're going to be uncomfortable doing that. So then decide on how you can disrupt transphobic comments or behaviors that target one of your colleagues. You can begin by supporting the harmed person to leave the situation safely. You might approach them and say, hey, Rhodes, your supervisor asked me to find you because you're needed for a time-sensitive assignment. You then might want to consider making a quick comment in the moment, such as, actually, Jay's pronouns are they and them, and we respect them by using their name and pronouns correctly, just as we do for everyone else on our team. Then privately check in with the harmed person to acknowledge what's taken place and offer support to help cope with the harm, and ask them how you can support. Don't assume and don't do, really check in and ask. And then another thing that you can do is privately catch the person who caused harm, saying something like, in today's meeting, you said being non-binary isn't a real thing. That comment immediately breaks trust, it erodes safety, and it invalidates another person's lived experience. That's not what we do here. would you be open to talking more? And wait for them to give consent. So, no matter the obstacles, there's a lot that we're up against right now. I want to acknowledge that. And I am here for you in ways that I can work in allyship, in ways that I can be an accomplice, in ways that I can be a co conspirator. And right now, in light of the UK Supreme Court decision, I'm really in need of an ally right now. So, think of the ways that you can show up, big and small, it all matters, right? And no matter what these obstacles are, let's really strive to build a world that's big enough for all of us to belong to it. Thank you for listening to this message, and thank you for growing our belonging movement.